Hello, I'm Peter George Loveless, sports physio on the Gold Coast. Posterior thigh flexibility is one of the limiting factors in many athletes. It's a leading cause of hamstring tears and injury surveillance, and it is also one of the limiting factors in performance and being able to achieve optimum performance. What we're going to look at today is one of the options available to us in achieving hamstring flexibility. In research that we undertook recently in 2010 and followed up again in 2011, we looked at mobilising the lumbar spine and what influence that has on posterior thigh flexibility. I'll be able to explain what mobilisation means in a moment. Firstly, Alyssa's been kind enough to help us look at this particular display, and so we're just going to check her hamstring flexibility. And we're using a particular device here which locks the knee back and keeps her ankle at plantar grade, so elevating her up into a degree of hip flexion. Alyssa's going to tell us when that's feeling tight. When is that tight, Alyssa?
About there.
About there, and I can feel the resistance on there. Now that's about 65 degrees. So if we just record that mentally as 65 degrees, we'll take this device off. And Alyssa, if I can just get you to turn over onto your tummy for a moment, and we'll remove that. Let you lie down on here on your tummy, and all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to spend a couple of minutes where I'm just going to push down gently through the lower back and loosen up a couple of the joints in the lower back. They're called Z joints, and in doing that we're going to affect the nerve supply to the hamstring, and relieving the activation of the nerve should enable us at the end of this session to observe an increase in hamstring flexibility beyond 65 degrees. What we found in our research that we undertook in both 2010 and 2011 was that hamstring stretching wasn't as effective as lumbar mobilisation in delivering positive outcomes. And so we don't really need to spend a very long time mobilising the spine. Anything up to 30 seconds per Z joint can give us some changes. So we're only going to spend a few more seconds here, just loosen things up a little bit. And Alyssa's back does feel a little bit tight. She is a runner, so the impact forces of running do create some issues in the lower back, inflammatory issues in the lower back, and consequently irritation of the sciatic nerve is one of the predisposing and underlying factors in posterior thigh flexibility. So having loosened that up just marginally like that, can we get you to turn over onto your back for a moment, please, Alyssa? We'll pop the pillow back under your head again, so we're exactly as we were before. Alright, if I may get you to pop your leg through there. Once again, we lock that knee back, keep the ankle in plantar grade, and now tell me where you start to feel the onset of tightness. At what point?
About there.
About there. And so what we're looking at here is 85 degrees. So shy of 90, but certainly better than 65. And we've only really spent a minute or so just to achieve that.